What's going on, guys? My name is Joey One, and we are here with a brand new unnamed poker show. Poker show.
For
Adrian,
the
tell the
show.
people who you are, man.
I'm Adrian. I'm a good friend of Joey's, a very good friend of Joey's, a person that ran into Joey in Hollywood, California, and concocted this beautiful idea with him. And here we are right now, rolling our first episode. I had to pressure Joey. I'm not gonna lie, I had to pressure Joey a little bit to roll this episode out because he made it really hardcore on us with the wording of a tweet he made. We might have lost a lot of money if this didn't happen, but here we are. We're making it happen, and excited to be here.
Yeah, guys. So what Adrian's referring to is I've been traveling for the past month and a half or something. I'm in Vegas right now. There's a lot of you guys know how Vegas is for me, out of line for sure. So about a month ago, or three, no, not a month, we'd lose money. 3 weeks ago, me and Adrian were in LA together. We said, we were talking about how do you keep up with poker news? How do you keep up with what's happening in poker, the top stories, or like just the relevant things? And from talking with Adrian, thinking about it myself, talking with older poker friends, talking with newer poker friends, talking with random people in poker here in Vegas, I realized that there's no simple way to sort of just for people to consume something, 15 minutes, 20 minutes per week, just touches on the main topics. It was just nothing like that out there. Me and Adrian got drunk. We did some dancing. We drank some more. We decided, fuck it. We'll see what happens. I put out a tweet that said we're going to give away $5,000 if we didn't do it. And I did, like Adrian said, he pressured me because, I've been in Vegas and, things get out of line. But here we are. We don't know what the name of the show is going to be. If anyone has suggestions, tweet at Adrian, at AdrianFenixxx, tweet at me, at Joingram1. You can send this to us on Facebook. This will be on iTunes at some point in time as well. And we don't know exactly how the format's going to be in the future, but we got to do this first episode or we're going to lose money. So, Adrian, do we have anything else you want to add before we get into the show?
Let's roll it, man. Let's do this.
All right, man, let's do it. It's going to be fun. We don't know how this is going to be. We'll probably have some sound effects later on when I'm not in the hotel and when Adrian is you said you're moving, Adrian, right?
Well,
by the way?
this is the last time you guys are going to see. I've been made fun of for not having furniture in this corner for some reason. There's been furniture around, but this is the last time you're seeing this empty apartment. I'm going to be out of here. I'm going to be in Vegas for a while. I might be in LA for a little while. I might be in Colombia for a little while. I don't know what's going to be going on. Things are happening. So.
Yes, sir, man. I'm excited for you to get to Vegas, Poppy. You and your young Colombian señorita, mamacita.
I'm there Friday, man. This is happening.
Well, we're recording the second episode when Adrian gets here. But let's get into the first episode, Adrian. Right. First topic up, we got Jason Bad Reg Mercier winning 2 bracelets and making some side bets along the way. So for those that don't know, Jason Mercier recently called a bad regular this got way more blown out of proportion, I feel like, than it should have, Adrian. So Doug Polk on Twitter had him labeled as a bad reg in a no limit hold'em tournament. Things got back to Jay. I'm not sure what happened. It was madness, but there seemed to be some little debate back and forth between the evil empire of Doug Polk and his friends and Jason Mercier and everyone else.
He held his position. It's reasonable for Doug to have held his position. He didn't respect Jason's game in one format, and this got blown out of proportion. And he was certainly not questioning Jason's ability in other games, and clearly Jason's doing quite well in those other games. And obviously the trolls and the whole internet meme community picked it up and ran with it, and now Jason Badrag Mercier is en route to getting that 3rd bracelet. I don't know. It's pretty epic. I have a lot of respect for what's happening. But
yeah, so for those that don't know, so Jason, he has this extra incentive. So he's getting called a bad reg, by these other players, and he made a side bet a long time ago. I think it was a couple months back with a young Vanessa Selbst. And allegedly, the terms, I don't know the terms for sure, but it was believed that Vanessa did put up $1.8 million. Yeah. Allegedly, she was in a drunken state of mind. There was a big back and forth on Twitter about her being drunk, people giving her stuff. And once again, I thought that got a little bit blown out of proportion, but it seemed like Vanessa thought that Jason should have taken back the bet the next morning when she wasn't drunk. So I think it was $1.8 million to, I believe, $10,000. Which seems like a dumb fucking bet in the first place. But, whatever, drinks are had, you start, you get riled up. Like, I bet you this, you can't, no, you're not going to win 3 bracelets. There's no chance you can do it. You know how things get when you get drunk, you get heated.
But I did hear that she allegedly made or tried to make a second bet with somebody else. So there's some debate as to know, as to that whole cop out. I don't know exact details, so I can't say, but at
That's a
some
great
point you
point. I
have to
mean,
take responsibility for your own actions. You know what I mean? You can't just be out there, no matter how drunk you are, putting millions of dollars out there and then complaining about it way later on when it just starts seeming realistic that it even happens. Because really, like if Jason hadn't won any bracelets by now, I don't think we would have heard about this. I don't think she would have been trying to get out of this. I think the pressure cooker was turned on, and she started backtracking a little bit, and also wanted to make herself seem a little bit more reasonable in this. But
no, that's a really good point. And I think the other bet she had, I believe, was with Dmitry Urbanov. I don't know. You know, I'm not a professional name pronouncer. I believe he's a young Polish
I think you got it pretty
tournament
close.
player. So
What about
did
Novak?
I wonder
It
if
might
she
have.
bought out of that? Buy out of that one too. I think she was maybe sold some action in that one. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I think you make a good point about. I guess why didn't we hear more about this earlier on? Why wasn't this made more of a thing? And I guess it's a kind of he said she said back there. We don't know for sure exactly what happened in between there in terms of negotiations and back and forth. But what makes it interesting is that Jason, right after this got released, he went deep. Then he won. He got a first place. He got a second place in the next 10K and a first place in the next 10K, which is one of the most sickest fucking things in
Yeah,
terms
he
of.
almost already had the 3.
What'd you say?
He almost already had the 3. Like he has a second place and 2 firsts. Like he almost nailed it. I mean, it was that close.
Yeah, but it would have been more dramatic if it was a
Sure.
1 and then a 1 and then a 2. Like if he gets 1 1
Sure.
2, then everyone's just like on the edge of their
It's a
seats.
sick
But when it's
sweat.
1 2 1,
Yeah.
still ridiculously impressive though. Do you see the Timex? Do you see the next thing that happened in that with Jason Bagger Mercier and Mike Timex McDonald?
So Timex apparently, we thought he took most of the action from Vanessa, but apparently now we're hearing that he isn't even the biggest buyer of that. So I don't know exactly who is gonna feel that third bracelet the most, but I'd like to know so I know who I'm rooting for and who I'm rooting against here. But I don't know how much of this Timex actually has on him.
Yeah, it was reported at first, I believe. It was he has $1 million of action. He bought it for, I believe, $60,000. And then he was putting some things on Twitter talking about if anyone plays these variants that are not going to get many entries in the World Series poker events, let me know and I'll put you in the events. And then Jason was like, that seems a little out of line.
He was trying to zerg it, dude. He was trying to infest the tourney with more regs. That was kind of sick. That was a power play.
I like the play. I mean, I'm a fan of the play.
Awesome. I mean, yeah, that was some mogul shit. I mean, I respect it, and it wasn't against the terms. It might have been against the spirit, or at least been perceived to be. It's a very gray area play. And he, to be fair, did say, listen, if it's a huge problem, I won't do it. So that's kind of cool, too. Shout out to Timex.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if I'm Jason in that spot, I definitely don't want that to happen. If I'm the other regs that are playing in these tournaments, I love that. I want more people. I want to put these guys into the game. I think I would like it. I mean, if I'm a good player who can afford or who can secure the backing, yeah, maybe not. Maybe some of these people that are playing these tournaments aren't that good, so they want less players to play in them too.
Triple Draw's a sick game, man. Good luck. Good luck. All I can say.
So wait, you think he's going to win the bracelet? I don't. I got to check the actual schedule in terms of what events are left. I know we're obviously running out of time. It's the 27th of June as we are taping this right now. What do you think? Third bracelet or not?
I can't bet against Jason Badrag Mercier. It's just not something I want to do at this point in time. There's a lot more events he's got ahead of him, and he's crushing. But realistically, he's still a long shot to do it in terms of raw stats. But he seems to be defying the odds at this point in time. So, who knows?
Yeah, I feel like when you get that extra motivation, like some people just thrive on that type of motivation. When someone's calling them a bad rag,
He's
or
got a lot going for it.
Yeah, man. Like some people, this just drives some people. This really pushes people to some extra level that they may not have in them. And
Universe.
Like Jason is that exact type of person.
Like, I mean, I'm gonna give him a blessing on that one, Poppy. I hope he gets it, honestly, or at least give us the sweat. At least give us the sweat. I'm all for it.
Please, Jason. Please go deep.
This is one of the best storylines we've had in poker in quite some time. It's been pretty stale, honestly. So.
I gotta say, at the beginning of the World Series of Poker, Poker Twitter, hashtag Poker Twitter was really heated up. And now it's, people are getting a little wither, they're dying down, the hours are getting to them, the drinks are getting to them, the hookers are getting to them, people are losing a lot of money, not many people are winning. Now you've seen a lot of people not very fired. No one's talking, but no, the shit talking seems to have subsided a little bit.
I agree. I think
it's much more
the fire is always helpful, and I'm glad that we got some of it sizzling still. I hope we keep it going.
All right, kid, let's get into this next one. Woo! So, for those that don't know, Howard Lederer and Chris Ferguson are back at the World Series.
That also added some spice to our lives, including recently. I mean, you saw Ferguson made it to a final table, made it to heads up in the final table, and it appears some of the real, at least, honestly, a lot of these people, and I want to say two things about this, but there's been allegations that, once again, they're spinning this in a variety of ways. Some people are saying, listen, he actually tried his best and did this and that. And it's like, really, we're hearing about this now? You couldn't have made this clear way back? Like, people got really screwed over by this. And these people are just popping up like, yo, sorry, man. One comment was, hey, Jesus, when you going to apologize? And his response was, for what? Like, he didn't know what was happening. Wow. Listen, the rail at least, made their opinion known that he's not welcome. I think, obviously, I don't know the full truth of how it played out. Most people don't. It'd be nice if we did. But with what we do know, people got screwed over, and this was one of the faces that was put out there for us. And a lot of people went through a lot in this community, and to show your face in the heart of it, in the center of the damn thing, and just stride around like nothing ever happened and pretend that you don't even know what's going on, it's a little ludicrous. You know what's going on, Mr. Jesus. You know what's going on.
You see him when he went to the final table? I think he finished fourth. He raised his hands at the end, I believe, like this, and there was some shit talking going on from the rail. And I guess for the new poker fans out there, I'm sure there's a lot of newer poker fans. I'm going to call them the Twitch poker crowd. They don't really understand exactly what happened with Chris Ferguson, with Howard Lederer, and their involvement in things. And they basically took over, I believe it was a couple $100 million. They were part of that company responsible for this happening. And there really hasn't been any words from Chris Ferguson at all. Howard Lederer did some Howard Lederer type files with, I believe, Poker News a couple years back. But since then, there's been absolutely nothing. So now these guys have reappeared at the World Series of Poker. And obviously people are pretty upset because these guys have been quiet. They haven't said anything. And I'm sure there's some sort of legal, tie-ins with that. But I mean, on one hand, if you're them, Adrian, you want to play poker, right?
Do you?
So should you never play poker again, do you think, then, if you're them? Or what do you think?
I feel like you have other options. The World Series of Poker, and just pop in. I don't know what their situations are. I assume Lederer is still rolling around in fancy car with mansion, and he's doing okay. It seems a little bit arrogant to pop in and go about it the way they did. He literally, one apology, and then, hey guys, when this whole community is outraged still about that, your top 5 of their most hated. I don't know. It's not the best job of PR. It's not the best job of approaching the situation. A lot of people are rightfully upset. To be honest, people get away with everything in this poker community. There's more than one person that deserves. I don't know. I don't wish harm upon anybody, but I think a lot of people do. There's guys that got away with a lot, and they're still functioning within the poker community just fine. Nobody's ever out of their way to make it any tougher for them. There's tons of these people. Kind of crazy. Like, the poker community's let a lot of things slide. It's reasonable that at least some people are going to yell at these guys, but it seems that he can still final table, get the heads up, get yelled at a little bit. Maybe next time nobody cares, and it moves on. Like, I don't know.
We'll see, right? All right, kid. Next topic, we got the Fedor Holz, the young prince, our young German prince, the heater that he went on. So he got a second place in the 300K Super High Roller Bowl, which was one of the best things on television that I can remember for poker. got second in that. He also allegedly had a big piece of first place winner as well. And then he's been on some heaters, winning some of these ARIA high roller tournaments that they have. I believe what are those buy-ins? 25K, 50K. Honestly, they all blend together at this point. How much is the buy-in for those ones?
ARIA definitely has some 25Ks. I'm not sure what else they run.
Yeah, so he's been taking down some of these 25Ks. I believe I think he went deep in more than a few of them, then won a couple. And there was a Poker Fuse. I believe it was Poker Fuse put out something. Who's on a bigger heater? Is anyone on a bigger heater than Fedor Holz? And I just thought this was one of the most ridiculous things I've ever read in my entire life, because Jason Mercier just went 1-2-1 in 10K WSOP events, and then Fedor took down the Super High Roller Bowl, which I believe was, like a 49 players, something like that. And then he took down a couple of these ARIA tournaments, which are 30 to 40 players as well. And Jason's still taking down small events, but at the same time, with the other added incentive behind it, bigger fields. I mean, I feel like...
Okay, so the likelihood... I will say that the likelihood of... it was less likely that Jason would do what he did, but Fedor made way more money off of his, by a lot. Aside from the side bets, I mean, Fedor is up. First of all, he had half of the guy that won from counting that.
You got receipts? Is that alleged, or is that... Can we count that? I don't think we can count that in this, because we don't know what Jason had a piece of.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but I know that Fedor made $5 million in 1 month, and he was up $9 million in a pretty short span. And I don't think that everything totaled up for Jason came close to that, but I could be mistaken. I mean, I don't know the inner workings, but I know that Fedor's up, and I also don't know how much of himself Fedor had in different things, so I can't really. Right. That's true.
So wait, are we classifying heater as?
I think Fedor's got all the money, which is pretty heaty. I mean, I think Fedor's just got a whole room of gold coins. He's swimming in them. I think Fedor's doing all right. He's got the Scrooge McDuck thing going on.
I think he's swimming in the room by himself? Is he bringing women over to swim in the room too?
I don't know his situation. Maybe that other German guy's swimming in there with him. I don't know.
Could be. You never know, man. They won a lot of money there, so nothing would surprise me anymore. So you think Fedor's in a bigger heater than Jason?
That's the thing. What Jason's doing, but it's also in games that you might just have a way bigger edge in. I think it might have been harder for Jason to do what he did overall, just statistically, but I think you might rather be in Fedor's shoes.
So you're telling me you'd rather be a 21-year-old, 22, 23, or I don't even know how old he is now, 23-year-old prince of Germany, a future potential president of a country,
maybe
someone who is known for his prowess in random athletic competitions that take place in hotel rooms, drunken in foreign countries. So you're telling me you'd rather be that gentleman rather than Jason Bad Reg Mercier, who's been known to walk around the Rio with a dog, who's got a girlfriend that will bring him, support him, bring him drinks, bring him food when he needs it, bring the dog to say hello, take care of his father when his father comes to visit, be seen on the rail, be supporting him in battles on Twitter. You're saying you'd rather be the young Prince Fedor instead of...
You're making a really good case here for Jason Bad Reg Mercier. I mean, I'm having a hard time debating this. They both have plenty of money. One's got the dog and the girl. One's got the future ahead of him. It's really how you weigh that out. I really like dogs. But, it's close. It's close.
Is the dog the tiebreaker? I feel like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a close one, right? Who would people rather be? Bad Reg?
How about you tell us in comments, people? Who would you rather be?
Wow. Look at that call to action. It's almost like we're professionals at this, buddy.
Who do you go with? Give us a show of hands. Who would you go with?
I think Fedor might win it.
It's got to be... I don't know, man. Who? I mean, probably, right? I think so. I think especially... People are going to be biased coming. You've had Fedor on the podcast 17 times. You had him before. You had him after. And you're going to get him again. I mean... When's the Mercier podcast?
Not sure, man. And I put the threw the line out there and try to see if we can get him on the pod. Haven't heard nothing back yet, so don't know if it'll happen. I'm pretty friendly when I see him, but I haven't really talked to him since the heater went on. So we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get him on. Maybe we won't.
Okay.
But yeah, man. We'll see what happens. Let's move on. WSOP Poker Twitter. We briefly touched on it before, but it heated up. It died down. Do you have anything that stands out in terms of what's been taking place in Poker Twitter this month during the World Series?
I had one thing I wanted to give honorable mention to. I don't know if you saw it. It was Stealth Monk folding quad kings versus a potential singular combo of straight flush from like a cut. He opens, I believe, hijack and cut off flats. Something happens and he has top quads and 4-5 of hearts, makes a straight flush, and he makes some. It's ridiculous. He makes some laydown where the guy. I just wanted to say that was the most interesting hand I've seen in a while. Other than that,
You know, Stealth Monk been known maybe to be maybe exaggerating things from time to time. Was there a documented proof of this actually
there
happening?
wasn't. There was just a written out hand history of him folding the quads versus the alleged straight flush, which we don't know if it was correct or not. But the guy apparently didn't show, and this might be indication that it was correct, but that's not really true. And the guy might have not played the straight flush hand in that way at all. He could have folded pre, he could have 3-bet pre. He could have done other actions on other streets. So it's one combo, heavily discounted, but Stealth Monk just didn't think that the guy would be re-raising on river with anything less, which didn't seem correct, but
This is my theory, Adrian. I'm gonna advise everyone out there take my theory. If Stealth Monk posts something on Twitter and you're unsure whether to believe it, odds are you probably just shouldn't believe it. That's where I stand on the situation right now.
yeah.
I could be swayed. That's where I stand on Stealth Monk on Twitter. I love Stealth Monk on Twitter. I feel like without Stealth Monk, without Bad Beat Slayer,
I've
shout out to Bad
enjoyed
Beat
his
Slayer
tweets, to be
Luke.
fair. I loved when he went back and forth with Negreanu. I had his side in that. I wanted to see more of that. I was upset when he got knocked out of the. I thought it would have been one of the best sweats of all time if him and Negreanu got to the final table of that, but unfortunately that didn't happen. And I got a really good song out of him before by Run the Jewels. But that hand seemed ridiculous. As for what else happened, what did you see from poker Twitter recently?
Oh my God, what's been on poker Twitter, kid? You know, I there was
Wait,
like a 4-month where I had a.
Can
What?
we touch on the allegations that you already touched on with the whole podcast? Because that was a whole poker Twitter drama bomb with the motorboating incident. Leave that alone. Leave that alone.
Yeah,
Okay.
listen, I'm only gonna watch my words on this one, okay? Let's leave that topic for a follow-up podcast down the road.
Okay.
The Dr. Jacqueline Moscow, that was before poker. Yeah.
We'll put that on episode 2, maybe.
We might get an episode 2, correct? Yeah, maybe we get a follow-up with Dr. Jack, see how our life's changed since that podcast about the allegations came out.
Okay.
Certainly could be WSOP Poker Twitter. Who the Kate Hall? I feel like Kate Hall's been tweeting a lot on Twitter. Some people from talking with people, I've heard both sides. They enjoy it. They maybe don't. I don't know. I've heard some mixed things from the people in the trenches talking with them. From in terms of who else been out there. Sam. I don't think Sam Abernathy's been tweeting that much. Mac Lance always sort of entertaining on Twitter as well. Yeah, man. I guess these last couple days, nothing really stands out to me too much.
Was it Mr. Alan Kessler taking selfies with Lederer? I remember that one popping up randomly.
I gotta say, I don't follow Chainsaw Alan Kessler, so I'm not exactly sure of
Somebody
his.
must have retweeted
sure.
it angrily. Someone was not happy about it. That's all I recall.
You an Alan Kessler fan, puppy?
Yo, that's a respectable comp grinder right there, man. He knows where to get the free drinks. He knows where to get the free sandwiches. What's not the love? I don't know.
Shout out to Alan Kessler, man. He's
I'm
been
not
doing
hating
the
on
thing.
anybody.
So, yeah,
I got nothing but love, man. I'm kidding. This is all. If anybody's getting offended or upset and they're gonna enrage themselves in the chat, just relax.
I think people are very relaxed, man. Let's get on this last topic. Let's wrap up this first episode. Jared Blesnick. So, just before we started, we've seen something new. So Jared Blesnick was allegedly banned from the World Series of Poker for ripping up some cards and throwing them at a dealer, and this type of incident took place. And I heard maybe this might have happened with him before. Jared Blesnick, known allegedly as one of a lot of legends in this podcast, by the way. This little video, this little series of this little whatever you want to call it, known to maybe play more than a lot of accounts on the internet.
Yeah,
and
this is pretty confirmed.
Yeah, but apparently he's been back, so he got banned for this outburst, and I assume there's other outbursts that led up to that as well. But now he was posted as playing a $10,000 tournament today. What do you think about this, AJ? What do you think about his actions? What do you think about the banning? Do you think he should be allowed back? I don't know. I
think it's a little outrageous that somebody can't control themselves to the point where they can't damage the cards. Like there's a threshold, there's a boundary that you don't have to cross, no matter how upset you got. I mean, we did see the young prince Fedor splash some chips into the pot, and there was an outrage about that. And that's nowhere near the level of a dude ripping or mashing the cards together and throwing. That's a little outrageous. If you can't control yourself to that extent, I mean, you should expect repercussions. Apparently, he didn't get banned for very long though, as he was playing again. So, people, more than one person stated that they should reserve lifetime bans for more serious endeavors like physical assault, and that makes sense. I mean, but it's pretty borderline. You're getting there.
Well, I mean, lifetime ban seems maybe a little bit crazy. A year ban, 2-year ban. All right, now I guess we can see a different story. Sure. So with him, I think that I don't know. I can go either way. I don't have a strong opinion on the way.
Couple days seems light. Couple days seems light. Like he's been warned about the same behavior before, and he's right back to playing.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep up to date with that. We'll be following along. Guys, those are kind of the topics here. This is our first episode. Yeah. It might be a little bit longer in future episodes. We're going to try to keep between 15, 10, 15, 20-minute episodes in the future. Make it short, make it sweet for people out there to be able to devour, to do the shark, like my boy Umberto Brenes. Shout out to Umberto Brenes. The shark is coming. Shout out to him. Yeah, Adrian, what else you want to add, man? Tell people something.
God bless everybody out there. Thanks for watching. Post some feedback down below. I tried to speak like a human being this time. Let me know how that went. Bless you all with the blade. You on episode 2. Good luck to you guys in the series. Good luck to Jason with the 3rd bracelet. Good luck to everybody else out there grinding. Good luck to Fedor to win 10 more tournaments. Good luck to Jared to not rip up any more cards. Later, in Ferguson to make it back to their cars, I guess. And yeah, that's about it.
Good luck to you coming out to Vegas. Good luck to me not entering rehab after the series is over. Good luck to me for maybe having some money to spend after the series is over. And good luck to us when you get here, because we're gonna have some fun.
True. See you guys soon.
Oh yeah, before we go, Upswing Poker Party, July 2nd. 8 to 10 p.m. or 6 to 8 p.m. I'm not 100% sure. I got to add that in as a bonus thing here. Upswing Poker Party. It's free. There's going to be drinks. There'll be a DJ. There'll be models.
I guess I want to be there.
Adrian will be there. I'll be there. If anyone goes there and they watch this and they say they want to go big girl grind, chess, whatever, hit me up. Let me know. I'm committed to talking to at least 2 people for each person that comes and talks to me about this.
That's big time, baby. Let's get it.
That's it.
See you soon.
All right. Adios, Adrian.